At this point, guys, I'm rooting for Skynet. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Cine Critique. I'm going to be reviewing what I hope to God is the last Terminator movie for the next 50 years, Terminator Dark Fate. Now, this is going to be a spoiler-free review. I definitely don't want to be mysteriously taken out by a sniper just because I pissed Paramount off. So I'll just give you my general thoughts on this movie. So Terminator Dark Fate takes place 27 years after the events of Terminator 2 Judgment Day and follows Sarah Connor as she tries to protect a young human cyborg from this newly modified liquid Terminator sent by Skynet from the future. According to James Cameron, Dark Fate is considered the third official Terminator movie right after Terminator 2, and every movie that was made after that is now considered an alternate timeline.
Terminator Dark Fate is the direct sequel to Terminator 2. We pick up the characters that we knew from Terminator 2 and we carry them forward.
Now that sounds great up until the point I remember all that money I spent watching Rise of the Machines, Salvation, and Terminator Genesis happened in this timeline. Hey Paramount, if you can get those other alternate timelines to issue me a refund for those movies, that'll be great. I gotta say though, with all sarcasm aside, Dark Fate wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. You can tell they were trying really hard to be the Force Awakens of Terminator movies, and to their credit, they mostly succeed. Terminator brings back Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor after all these years, and she doesn't miss a fucking step. She was fantastic, probably the best thing in this movie, and in my opinion, she played the role as old Sarah Connor light years better than Mark Hamill ever did playing old Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi. I always thought Arnold Schwarzenegger was what made the Terminator franchise a massive success, but after watching this movie, maybe it was Sarah Connor all along. But I don't know, maybe you can tell me I'm wrong in the comments below, but I just think it's kind of crazy they ever tried to make the movies without literally the main character. Because make no mistake, the Terminator story is about Sarah Connor, and Sarah Connor gets the ending she deserves in this one.
I'll be back.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is Arnold Schwarzenegger. He does a great job like he always does in these movies, so I'm not going to harp too much on him. Been there, done that, but he does get his scene-stealing moments Terminator fans will love. So if you're a sucker for nostalgia, and boy does this movie have it, you shouldn't walk away here feeling disappointed. As for the rest of the supporting cast, I really thought they were forgettable. Other than Sarah Connor and the Terminator, there's not really one other character that stands out here. Mackenzie Davis plays this human cyborg Sarah Connor is trying to protect, and she does have her moments here where she's kicking ass, but there's nothing that connected me to her that made me emotionally invested in her character's outcome, and that's more on the writers than the actress. It's all about Sarah Connor in Dark Fate, for better and for worse. This movie also takes a lot of plot points and plot elements from the shitty Terminator movies, and they use them here and do a much better job executing those plot points than those shitty sequels ever did. The movie leans heavily on action, which you would come to expect from a Terminator movie, but most of this movie is nothing but action, which usually means the story is pretty basic, and that's the case here, even though there are a few action sequences here that'll just like blow your mind. Dark Fate is directed by Tim Miller, who's mostly known for his work in visual effects, but he directed Deadpool and that turned out okay, so he's back at it again as director here. He does a great job giving us some great action sequences, but come on, let's be honest, he's no James Cameron, and I feel like this movie is really lacking the direction and the vision of James Cameron. I guess you can say that about every Terminator movie after Judgment Day, right? But if James Cameron is gonna sell out by putting his name on this as producer, best believe I'm gonna mention it. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I was pretty skeptical about this movie going in, especially after watching the trailer. I was really starting to wonder if this was just another blatant cash grab by Paramount, and to tell you the truth, it probably is. But when the third act arrives, it almost made sitting through the formulaic first two acts of this movie worth it, especially when you're already invested in the Terminator story. And if you're invested in the Terminator story, then you should leave at least somewhat satisfied. Overall, I do think that Dark Fate is easily the best of the Terminator movies since Judgment Day, but that's like calling Danny DeVito the tallest midget. Is it really a compliment? So all in all, guys, I'm gonna give this movie a C+. It's an action-packed thriller with nostalgia that Terminator fans will enjoy and casuals will find amusing. You won't leave the movie with your mind blown, but you won't be pissed either. And at this point in the Terminator franchise, that's all you can hope for. Alright everybody, thanks for watching my review of Dark Fate. What's your opinion on Dark Fate? Let me know in the comments below. Are you looking forward to it, or are you just tired of this shit altogether? I for one am really praying they let this franchise die once and for all, but that's just me. And as always guys, if you like this video, go ahead, subscribe to my channel. It's no skin off your ass and you get to stay caught up with the latest movies and reviews. So don't be a dick, click that subscribe button.